I started this day with some oil painting, but that was a shambles. So as much as I felt like wallowing around the house slashing paintings, I drew the curtains and decided to paint some small tattoo ideas. And today what I'm working on here is a little watercolor doe. Well, I think it's a doe. I don't really have much experience identifying the various hoofed mammalia, but let's go with doe, shall we? I start off by loosely sketching in the shape, just keeping everything light and rough, as I want that to continue through to the finished design. Just blocking in areas where I plan on dropping the colour, nothing difficult and not too many restrictions. After that, I just grab some tape and I seal off the area that I want the background to stay in, just to keep a clean outline and the water where I want it to be. When that is done, I fill my brush with some water and pre-soak the parts of the paper I want the colour to stay in. One of the fun parts of working in watercolour is that the pigment is limited to where the paper is wet already, so you have the ability to paint within boundaries of your choosing and then add the colour. Of course, you can load the brush up with pigment beforehand and draw with it, and you will see me do this at the end when I'm adding the black. In this piece, all up, I don't use too many techniques, just dropping and dragging colour where I deem fit, and some drawing with the brush at the end. You're probably wondering, oh, why is he doing a deer? Well, I wanted to do a deer, okay? And this stuff is a nice break from everything else I'm working on. Plus, my mother is a watercolour artist, and there is something nostalgic about this for me. Oh, and I think it would be a fun little tattoo to do, if this corona lockdown situation ever passes. On that note, let's talk about having a style and what I think it means. I think it's important to develop your own style of work, and I also think it is something that you cannot rush and develops organically. But what does this mean for repetition of subject matter? Well, when you find an artist repeating the subject matter they work in, it is them honing their particular craft. When you find something you feel expresses your personal taste or enjoyment, it so happens that repeating that subject is what gives you a chance to develop style within it. By working with a certain confine, the artist is forced to innovate within those confines, and with anything creative, it is the restrictions applied that push the mind to expand on the processes already in place. Let me give you an example. If you're presented with 100 sheets of white paper, and then given the day task of drawing something different on each and every piece, what level of difficulty lies within this exercise? Well, not much really. You could easily look around the room or hop on Google to go through a list of all the things that exist. But what purpose would this serve? Well, by the end you would have a decent catalogue of items, but you most likely won't have gotten better at drawing each individual thing. But why? Well, nothing has been repeated enough for you to advance in the skill level required to perform the task. Now you are given another stack of 100 pieces of white paper, but this time the task of drawing just a love heart. In this situation, you have 100 attempts to get the heart right, and in this, 100 opportunities to learn. I would say by the 50th, you will be fairly competent at drawing a love heart outline, and by the last one, you'll be drawing them how you like to draw them. If you follow what I'm saying, it is essentially that only after learning the craft and then spending time working within the confines of theme and image, your mind starts to entertain itself with those boxes. And with that, your own personal taste will start to fill your work and a style you will have. I know this is a super simple example, but today, it is a simple piece. So let's leave it at that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, all that stuff. Goodbye.
Best friends. I mean, I knew everything about this girl. I knew her favorite color. I knew her favorite food. Yeah.